I got to go to the States last week and visit some family and some friends, and it was a lot of fun, so Michael asked me to share with you guys some of the highlights from my trip. The first day that I was there, I drove to McAlester with my mom, and we got to hang out with my cousin and my grandma, and I think that was the most fun from that day, was going out to eat barbecue with Grandma Imogene and my cousin Mandy. You know, we always say that we miss family, and we do, we miss family, but it wasn't until I was like sitting down and eating lunch with them and we were just laughing. I don't even know what we were laughing about, but we were having so much fun. And I realized that I really do miss family. I miss hanging out with them. I miss laughing with them. I miss getting together for the holidays and all of those fun things that you take for granted when you live in the States. But that was definitely a big highlight. And then later that day we had Pete's with Michael's parents and grandparents, and that was another highlight. Can there be two highlights? Okay, there can be two. So that was day one. The next day I got to hang out with my Grandma Joyce and my sister and my mom. We ran into Myrna and Doug at Walmart and got to see my aunt and uncle, and that was tons of fun. Then I got to hang out with my niece, Cicely, and I took her to the mall and I bought her one of those cookies that has like cookie and then frosting and then more cookie, and I just wanted her to feel completely spoiled because I never get to hang out with my niece, and she's so much fun. She's so cute. The next day I went Christmas shopping with my mom and my sister, and it was so much fun. Every year we would get Mom's shopping list, and me and Jamie would go Christmas shopping with her. And shopping is fun. Christmas shopping's fun. Hanging out with my mom and my sister is fun. And spending someone else's money while you're shopping is always the best. So that was great. Then that night I hung out with my friends Paula and Heather, and we just had a great time. Also, somewhere in there I had coffee with the girls from Northeast. Anyway, spending time with lifelong friends, it's always a winner. It's always a highlight. It was great. One thing has consistently made me tear up since we've lived here, and that's at church when we're having the music time. For some reason, it just makes me think about my church family at Northeast Baptist in Norman, and I just always cry during worship. Like, if I'm going to cry that week, it's that time of day, it's on Sunday, that's how it is. So going back home and getting to worship with my church family and hang out with them, it was just something about being in the worship center with all of those people it just feels like home. And I think it always will feel like home. So that was really spectacular. And then I went to Richmond and had some meetings in Richmond and got to hang out with some good friends there as well. So I'm pretty sure that I just packed 30 years worth of friendship into like 6 days and saw everyone that I knew. And it was great. It was so much fun. But by the end of it, I was grumpy and I was tired and I was ready to come home and see Michael and the girls. So while it was a great time and I ate tons of good food and Tex-Mex and barbecue and Chick-fil-A and all the fountain cokes I could handle, I was really ready to come here and hang out with Michael and the girls. One of my favorite things about being in the States is driving. I don't know what it is about driving in the States that's so much fun, but I haven't found anything quite like it. You get to drive faster, you get to drive on open roads. The radio station's always fantastic. So there was one night that I was driving through Norman really late at night, and all of the roads were familiar, and I was listening to country music, which I didn't really do that often I lived in the States, but it felt right at the time, and so I did it, and it was just really, really a great time where it reminded me how much I missed home and how much I love Norman. And I think no matter where we live or how long we're outside of Oklahoma, I think Norman will always feel like home.